Silver Fern Farms have made over the traditional beef roast into something that's modern, relevant and a healthy meal solution for those New Zealand beef eaters. So the cut comes from the heart of the rump. It's a lean piece, from what I think, to my mind anyway, is the most flavourful part of the animal. It's naturally lean, it's tender and it's got the heart tick endorsement. Well, there's a couple of different ways of doing a roast. One is to sear it in a pan first and get a lovely caramelisation on the outside, which is what I'm going to do, or you can put it straight into a really hot oven, like 220 degrees for 10 minutes, and then turn the oven down to 200 degrees and continue cooking from that point on. The great thing about this size roast, at about 350 grams, is it's not a huge family meal. This is your perfect midweek, 30 minutes I'll be eating a roast beef meal. What I do make sure though is that beef comes out of the fridge 30 minutes or so before it needs to go in the frying pan, so you start to bring it up to room temperature. Oiling the beef in that little dish, some salt on it, pan nice and hot, heavy base pan in there, and get that sizzling happening. I'm choosing to serve this roast with some lovely little peas à la Francais or French style green peas. Lettuce, believe it or not, some mint, chicken stock, a little bit of butter just at the end, and if you're feeling really indulgent, you can add some chopped bacon to it as well. If you wanted to do the roast vegetables with it, you'd have to start them at probably a good 30 minutes ahead of starting the beef. So 3 minutes on each side, get a lovely degree of brown all happening in here. That's good flavour happening right there into the pan. I'm going to put into, now, that's a 200 degree oven. We're going to keep it there for 10 minutes, and then I'm just going to lower the heat down to 180, and we'll keep it in there for another 10 minutes after that. So 20 minutes, so all in all, under 30 minutes, and we'll be having dinner. Once the roast is finished cooking in the oven, we bring it out and just transfer it through to a plate to rest, covered this time. And leave it in a warm place by the side of the stove is where I normally leave it, and that'll rest about 10 to 15 minutes. Pan goes back on the stove. Now I've already made a little sauce here with some red wine, a little teaspoon of Dijon mustard and some beef stock. No flour involved in here, it's just a straight reduction of the juices. It's lovely and beefy. So good. The trick to remember though when you're pouring that red wine in is that you want to let that red wine, the alcohol burn off first. So you have a big sniff over that as it's bubbling and simmering away. And if you get a little pain up in here right behind your nostrils, then the red wine is still there, the alcohol's still there. You want to get rid of that alcohol. So once the roast is rested, we take it out, I'm going to carve it. Now, a cut like this, it's difficult to know where to carve. You really want to carve across the grain, and it's easy to tell on eye of rump here where the grain is running, because it's all these lines that are running this way across the beef. I mean, that's what you want to look for. If you slice it that way with the grain, we end up with something that's really tough and very hard to eat. So looking where those lines are going, slicing across that. So I'm going to take a little slice off the side here. Oh my God, so tender, so lovely. Thin slices of the beef through here. 3 or 4 lovely pieces, just let them fold out like that. A couple of the roasted shallots. My favourite peas of all time, French style peas with lettuce and mint and chicken stock through there. And then just spooning over the top of that lovely sauce made with the red wine, the beef stock and the mustard. And there you have it, my take on a traditional roast dinner, something a little bit more modern. And all I'd serve with that, and not too traditional, would be a masala or a glass of sherry.